I thought today would be fun to share my book recommendations for 2017 with you. If you're looking for some New Year motivation, I've tried to pick completely different books, so there should be something in here for everyone. First up, the KonMari books. You would have to have been living under a rock for the past 2 years to not have heard of these, but I have finished my tidying festival now. First book obviously is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. This is like an introduction to her theory and process of tidying, and really gets you inspired and really goes through the emotional kind of issues and things that people face when tidying. Really recommend this one to get inspired if you want a New Year clear out. If you're someone who likes to get inspired and then likes to make something your own and kind of just go off and do it and do your own thing, then the first book is great. I would just stick to that one for now. Her second book, which she's come out with, Spark Joy, is kind of like a guide. It really takes you through the whole program as if you were one of her clients one-on-one, and I love this. If you're someone like me who likes to be organised, likes to be quite structured and regimented with how they go about something and wants to make sure they're doing it right, basically, this book is literally like holding your hand through the whole thing and goes into so many little practical tips and tricks on storing things, folding things, and the actual book itself bloody sparks joy for me. Hardcover, gorgeous like green print inside, just a really pretty book. The next book is Now What by Brad Burton. He's a Manc, so I obviously love him, and he's just really straight talking and down to earth and just straight to the point. And this book is basically him inviting you to really define what your personal kind of definition of success is, because in business, especially if you're self-employed and an entrepreneur, a lot of people just think that being successful is being really rich and having a Ferrari or having a chauffeur or whatever, like being Richard Branson status basically. And that just is not the case for most people, and when you really get down to it, you're kind of just taught to want those things rather than actually want them. I'm obviously not at this point. I'm not at that point where my business is successful for my standards, and it's great to read this now because it's so easy to put that pressure on yourself when you're starting out to be like stinking rich and earn loads of money. And actually, when I'm honest with myself, I don't really care about that, and I have different goals in life that don't just relate to money. Money is just like a small factor. My next book is for anyone who has struggled with body image, confidence, self-esteem, weight issues. This book will change your life. I really feel like so many people need to read this book. This book really is like that really good supportive friend who just like gives you a hug and says all the right things and just really lifts you up. When I read this book last year, I was going through like a particularly low phase in terms of body image and confidence, and this was exactly what I needed to read and hear. This is the perfect time of year because a lot of people are very self-loathing after Christmas, you know, and putting themselves through these really strict, restrictive, extreme diets and rubbish detoxes and stuff. And this book is completely anti-dieting and just completely like puts a middle finger up to the dieting industry, and I just loved it. It's a really great feel-good read, and Mel is just someone I really admire. I've mentioned her before. I will link that below if you want to hear more in-depth thoughts about this and some like snippets from the book that I particularly resonated with, so go ahead and watch that below. I had to mention Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. This was my read of 2016. I just absolutely devoured it and just adore it. I think it's such a great message. The tagline is Creative Living Beyond Fear. If you're someone who really struggles to embrace your creativity or follow the things that you want to do, this book just really invites you to do the things that you're passionate about or the things that intrigue you, and just really make life your own and enjoy life through following your interests and taking up new hobbies that intrigue you, and just really living a creative life. And you don't have to be a fancy like fine artist, you don't have to make loads of money, you don't even have to show people your creative work. It could literally just be something you do by yourself. It has really just encouraged me to actually go out and do those things and sign up for them and just seek joy and creativity in my life. Moving on to my current read, this is You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Read this a few years ago. I want to say like at least 2 years ago. I've had this in my collection and I have started reading it already. I'm about a third of the way through and I have taken so much more from it, and it really goes to show how important it is to reread the books that you have, especially with this kind of topic, because you will just take so much more from them and so many different things the second time around, because you've grown as a person in that time. All about how stress particularly and anxiety and pain from our past can kind of manifest in our body and exacerbate physical ailments. Now that might sound to a lot of you like complete and utter bullshit, but the science is there linking stress to certain diseases and things, so I fully embrace that concept and think that stress is a killer, and it is very important to tackle these kind of underlying like emotional issues that a lot of us have. And this book really helps walk you through that kind of process, and there's a lot of exercises and affirmations and things that you can say to yourself to really try and heal your body and heal those pains. Obviously, a book is not a therapist or a doctor. There is definitely something in making that conscious effort to love yourself and accept yourself more and really forgive yourself and forgive other people in your life, to just release that pain. And it's really woo-woo sounding to some people, but I personally find it really helpful, and it's definitely helped me so far. I have cried twice already and I'm only a third of the way through. And my final book, this is another one I want to reread this year, but I would highly recommend it. It is called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. Fearing what people think, fearing failure, all those other fears that come up in our lives. And this book is really about accepting that fear as like a necessity, because fear means that you're leaving your comfort zone and you have to kind of leave your comfort zone to grow. So fear is kind of a natural part of life for your development and growth as a person, and this book really walks you through accepting that fear and doing it anyway. Please, 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 please leave your recommendations in the comments below. I have picked up some books that you guys have recommended and really enjoyed them, so definitely want to hear from you. Please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you want me to chat more about my current reads or more in-depth book reviews or more self-help books in the future. I would love to share those with you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and have a really good one, and I will see you in my next video in a couple of days. I'll see you then. Bye.